Hi everybody and welcome to Linguivers. I'm Laura, and I guess that we'll all agree if I say that learning a new language isn't exactly the easiest task, right? Because it means getting familiar with new words, with new sounds, and with new rules. And not only that, because as a good friend used to say, a different language is a different view of life. So guys, by learning a new language, we're opening our eyes to different cultures, different points of view, and different perceptions of the world. And honestly, can you think of anything more beautiful than that? I don't think so. And that's why in this lesson today, we'll be looking at 5 useful tricks or little things you can do in your everyday life in order to improve your English fast, effectively, and having fun. As you may have already realized, this video is the second part of another video which also talks about 5 top tips to improve your English, which I highly recommend. If you haven't seen it yet, click the link up here. And of course, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for notifications. That way, you'll be ready to learn much more. And now, let's get started. Trick number 1. Identify your goals and deadlines. People decide to study a foreign language for very varied reasons. So when someone says, I need to improve my English, they may have many different reasons in mind to do so. It's very important that we are aware of what our goals and our deadlines are, because when we start improving English, the type of actions we take will mainly depend on that. I would classify learners of English in 2 main groups according to their goals and deadlines. My group number 1 is I need to learn academic English as soon as possible because I'm taking an official exam by Cambridge in a couple of months so that I can study a master's degree at university. I have an important job interview to attend in a month, and one of the main requirements is to have an advanced level of English in both speaking and writing, so I need to improve my English fast. And my group number 2 is I would like to improve my English because I want to travel around the world, go to restaurants, do activities, meet people, and the better my English is, the more I can enjoy my experience. I want to improve my English because in today's world of technology and interculturalism, it's a must, and I would like to have more possibilities to be promoted in the future. As you can see, the goals and deadlines of people in group 1 and people in group 2 are quite different. Which group is yours? Let's share this information in the comments below so we can get to know each other a bit better. The first group of people have a very tight deadline to improve their English. That means that action has to be taken right now because there's no time to waste. And they also have to focus on academic English. So grammar is something they have to take very good care of. On the other hand, the second group of people have a much further deadline to improve their English, so they don't have to be so stressed about it, which means they can enjoy the learning process a lot more. This group's focus is not grammar, but communication itself. A really large number of people belong to the second group. So guys, in my opinion, be very aware of what your goals and deadlines are. And don't go crazy trying to learn lots of grammar rules and academic stuff if that's not exactly what you need. Trick number 2. Have a grammar reference book. It's pretty convenient for everybody to have something to refer to when having a doubt or curiosity in English. But for people in group 1, having a grammar reference book is just essential. Based on my experience, grammar in use books are the best of the bunch. These are the books I personally used when I started to learn English. I started to learn English alone at home, and I personally found these books really helpful because the grammar points are very well explained with numerous examples and images to clarify, and because it's grammar in use, you can apply those points in very practical situations and contexts. We have them in 3 different levels. The red one, Essential Grammar in Use, covers from beginner to pre-intermediate levels. The blue one covers intermediate and upper intermediate. And the green one covers advanced and proficiency. Just pick the one that better suits your level. Trick number 3. Talksmate. Languages are something alive, right? So the best way of learning a language is practicing it. Great. But we all know that the very common problem is that we don't have anybody to practice with. So we end up learning lots of beautiful vocabulary and expressions that we eventually forget because we just don't use them. Okay, to prevent this from happening, I would like to tell you about a new project I'm working on called TalksMate. Whether you are a person in Group 1 or 2, this is an excellent tool to improve your English because it gives you the opportunity of meeting people from all over the world, practicing your English, and discussing very interesting topics, all of it from home. TalksMate has two main areas. This is the presentation area where I will present a topic and I'll introduce some new vocabulary for you to use in the following conversations. I'll be using some pictures, questions, videos, among others. And then there is the conversation area. It looks like a virtual living room with different tables and armchairs where you can sit down, relax, and have a conversation with all the people sitting at the same table as you. Every time an activity is over, a bell will ring, I will ask you to sit at a different table with different people, and I'll give you a new task to discuss. Let me show you a short video for you to have a better idea of how TalksMate works. As you can see, you'll improve your English, making friends and having fun. You can find the link for this website in the description box below. Just click, register and book your event. Don't let your English become rusty. I'll see you there. Trick number 4. Try some shadowing. Some of you may have already heard about this technique, and those who haven't, try to think of a shadow and the way it follows what creates it. We're going to improve our English by repeating what another person says as soon as possible, as if our voice was the shadow of that person's words. You can choose good chunks of language to shadow from different movies and series, the radio, YouTube videos, and this technique is perfectly fine for people from Group 1 and people from Group 2 just the same. It will all depend on what you're watching or listening. People in Group 1, you can play, for example, something with more technical or academic English, such as Suits. People in Group 2, you can play something with more general English, like Friends. Let's see a couple of examples.
Well, smoothing over these transitional periods is never easy.
Well, smoothing over those transitional periods is never easy. Well, smoothing over those transitional periods is never easy.
So what do you say, boys? Should I call him?
So what do you say, boys? Should I call him? So what do you say, boys? Should I call him? This is a great strategy to work on your pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. Because when we repeat what another person says, we say the same words the same way. So unconsciously, we are memorizing a whole chunk of language with the vocabulary and grammar involved in it and the natural way of saying it. Practice shadowing. And my last trick for you today is try reading out loud when you are alone. For example, when you're at home reading a book or emails. There are many reasons why reading out loud can help improve your English. Let's have a look at a few reasons why. 1. By reading out loud, you can listen to the way you sound when you speak, and you can be more aware of how fast you speak, how often you pause, how fluent and confident you sound. 2. English is a stressed language, which means that some words carry stress and some words don't. By reading out loud, you can check if you emphasize the right words and also if your intonation is correct. 3. Sometimes you come across words that you recognize on paper but you don't know how to say. Well, reading out loud kind of forces you to look them up in a dictionary and ensure that you know how to pronounce them properly, which consequently will broaden your range of vocabulary. And 4. All of this will make you sound more confident and advanced when speaking to people, which will help them have a more positive impression of you and your English. Notice the difference. One can only make the best possible decision with the information available at a moment in time, and recognize that we never know all the information we would like. Let me try this again. One can only make the best possible decision with the information available at the moment, and recognize that we never have all the information we would like. Better now. And here you are, great tips that helped me and many other people improve our English, and that apart from being very effective techniques, are also really enjoyable and fun. Don't forget to check the links that I left for you in the description box, as well as following us on social media for more lessons, resources, games, and much more. And if you enjoyed this lesson and want me to create new ones for you, like this video and subscribe to our channel. But in the meantime, not to get bored, why don't you have a look at this lesson I mentioned before with 5 more tricks to improve your English? Or if you feel like practicing English at the pub, take this lesson over here. Thanks for being with me today, and practice these tips, enjoy them and share them.